Crushing news for climatologists everywhere and everybody who believes in the Green New Deal and believes that we need to cut our carbon emissions. The fact is that we have 3 trillion trees on the planet as of now, more than we have ever had in the history of the earth. And trees are what absorb the carbon. Okay? And there's 3 points here. I guess the oldest one we discovered was that they were saying that, this climate change, it's destroying the coral reefs because of these algal blooms. And then that triggers the crown of thorns starfish, and then the crown of thorns starfish eats all the algae, and they populate and they multiply, and then they eat all the coral. And that's because of climate change. No, sorry. That's because of fertilizer runoff into rivers. That is why that is happening. We need to cut back our fertilizer around rivers if we don't want the algal blooms, the algae, going out of control, which triggers a cascade of events that can eliminate coral reefs and do other harm. Okay, that we knew several years ago. Several years ago. Many years ago. Maybe a decade ago. Okay, number 2. Weather patterns on the sun. Okay? The sun's temperature is not constant. We have realized this in the last several years. Has a lot to do with sunspots and sun flares. I don't want to get too technical, but the sun can vary by a degree or two in its heat, and that can change the temperature on Earth. Wow. Okay, and the more we learn about that, the more we realize how much the sun's temperature controls the Earth's temperature. Who would have thunk of that? Okay. And actually, they're predicting a great drop in temperature is coming up because of the sun's temperature. And the last time that happened was in the early 1800s, and we had snow in the northeastern United States in July. So I would love to see that happen and see what the global warming people say about that. Okay. And I'm aware of whatever's going on up here. Please know that I'm aware of that. So that's number 2. Okay, and now the most recent discovery, which totally blows a hole in Al Gore's freaking heart, freaking disembowels him. All he's talking about is, the Arctic ice caps are melting. It's because of SUV, or he says SUVs. And even though he drives one and frickin' has his own, because of promoting global warming, has his own private jet, which consumes a ton of fuel. Frickin' hypocrite. He's gonna burn in hell. Just kidding. I can't say that. The Arctic, the North Pole, what the global warming people have been screaming about for 10, 20 years. Because it's melting a little bit. It's been discovered that it is, if not the highest concentration, one of the highest concentrations on Earth of underwater volcanoes. What do volcanoes do? They spit out magma. Is magma hot or cold? Magma is hot. And recent studies have attributed most of the melting in the Arctic due to these underwater volcanoes. So shut the door on all this global warming nonsense that the United States needs to change the way we do things. Because even if we do, India and China are not. And maybe in 5 years we'll have 4 trillion trees. Because there's plenty of carbon we're producing. And the trees are sucking it up. So goodbye Al Gore. Goodbye Green New Deal. Which would totally cripple our economy. God forbid Joe Biden gets into office. Because now he's supporting the Green New Deal. Whew. Anyway, global warming, problem solved, has little to do with our carbon emissions. You can take that to the bank. Good luck and God bless.